Okay, let's get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Priyanka Sagu, and I'll be the host for today's meeting. Today is November 27. This is the APAC edition of the bi-weekly SIG ContribEx meeting. This meeting abides by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which pretty much comes down to please be nice, excellent, and helpful to each other. And this meeting is being recorded currently, so if you don't want your audio or videos to be recorded, feel free to keep your mics or videos, cameras off. Thank you. And I have my screen shared, hopefully, still now. And I will also again put a link to this document. So feel free to add yourself as attendee. And we have somebody new joining to our call today, Aman. And we talked a bit before we started the recording that his mic is not working, but he very nicely introduced himself in the chat. So I'll read out loud. Um, Aman says, I'm Aman Saraf, graduated last month and is now working as software engineer. During his university days, he was involved with Kubernetes and some of the CNCF projects, and he has contributed and learned new stuff as part of that. Uh, right now, that everything seems stable for him now that he has started a new job after college. He's looking forward to get involved again in the project. I am assuming Kubernetes project and other CNCF projects, and he is looking for a SIG to join and start with. So, well, very first of all, thank you so much for a very nice introduction and for giving a lot of details in such a small para. It's nice. Um, Welcome to SIG ContribEx. And I think we'll go through the sub project updates, and if any of the things that we do as part of the SIG ContribEx you are interested in, feel free to just type again in the chat and we can help you get started. And if not, seek contributors if you have interest in other areas of the project, especially Kubernetes. Talking about, feel free to share that as well. And we have people in the call who are associated with many other parts of the Kubernetes project, so we can always point you to people, resources, in general, anything, any help needed. Yeah. And thank you once again for introducing yourself. With that, I will move to the sub-project updates. And the very first one is events. Contributor Summit. I know we just concluded a very successful contributor summit during the KubeCon NA, um, KubeCon NA event, and which is about 10 days back, 10, 15 days back. Thank you so much, Arvind, Sandeep, Shriram. You all were part of the summit staff team. It was amazing. The KCS celebration, KCS event, the whole day was amazing and everybody loved it. So, thank you so much for all the work you did behind the scenes and you're still doing for our upcoming events. Thank you so much. And congratulations to all three of you for the awards. I was there. There were a lot of claps.
Thank you so much. It really like came as a surprise because I didn't know. Mars sent me the notification like literally a day back. So I was like, oh, this is nice.
S-
But
that's the bit it has to make you happy. um, but yeah,
yeah,
the part that you all three of you and everyone else who was awarded as part of the SIG Contribix awards. I'm talking about the Kubernetes Contributor Awards. Um, for Aman, I'm just adding context to what we are talking about. Uh, as part of every KubeCon NA North America once a year, there are awards given to people in our Kubernetes community who are actively doing a lot of amazing stuff, and if you want to recognize them. recognize their work, recognize their contribution. So this time we had uh, 6 people who received awards from the SIG ContribEx itself, and 3 of them are here. Arvind and Sandeep received the award for all their contribution in the contributor com space, and Sandeep and Sriram for uh, his contributions around LWKD. Thank you. Um, yeah, I was saying,
Also,
Arvind. Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
I just wanted to say also a huge congratulations to you and Sandeep as well for the Chopwood Carry Water Award.
Thank you.
You have been like, yeah, you've been doing great work as well. So I just wanted to
Thank
say
you.
huge
I
congratulations.
thank you. I love it. We have made it a celebration call. So there is a lot of good stuff in the recording for everyone else who will be watching later. Yeah. So I was saying, maybe the award announcements came as surprise on the last minute, but all the work you all have been doing, it deserves to be awarded and recognized long before at all times. So thank you, and it does not stop with the award. Thank you so much for continuously doing everything that you do for Sync Contribix every day. Okay. Uh, yeah. So I don't know if there was a retrospective meeting for the KCSNA. Was there one? And if it happened, uh, was there anything as an action item coming out of that meeting, or anything worth highlighting in the call? Arvind, Sandeep, Sriram, did any one of you participated in that call, if a call happened at all?
Um, no, I don't think the retro call still happened. I guess Mario put a
Okay.
note that for next week he will set up, which was on 20th of November. So, uh,
Thank okay, that's
yeah.
good then. Retro call scheduled for next week, which is once again, what's
Uh,
the date?
he,
Sorry.
he has not put a date as of yet. Uh,
Okay,
I was just checking the Slack message and I didn't see it. However, I might be wrong. I think Sandeep said something. Uh,
let me check.
I didn't check
Okay.
my Slack notifications like extensively for the last week. So maybe if Sri Ram or Sandeep knows anything.
Uh, okay, Josh shared a link to the retro document. Okay, let us find out a link to that retro document, and we can maybe um, add a link here. I believe then a retro document has started to collect all the points that people want to discuss during the call, and maybe a call is yet to be scheduled. I
Yeah,
think I
he
said.
says that next week there's a national holiday in US and
Hmm.
Thanksgiving coming up as well. So they were like, okay, then we can move it and let me figure it out. Mario said that last time.
Okay, okay. So, uh, retro call. I think I'll just say Mario to schedule action item on more updates. Running updates in summit staff.
I was
I believe.
going through the Submit Staff channel to see if there is anything posted about the retro call. I couldn't find anything, but I do see that there is some discussion about the upcoming the maintainer summit for one EU next year, and
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
a call for volunteers that is going on
Mm-hmm.
right now. So
Yeah, yeah, correct. That's
yeah.
another one. Let me make a point for that. Maintainer Summit EU Colo at KubeCon 2025. Um, so what's happening? I think the CFP is open right now, and we have a two-phase CFP. So means two deadlines. I'll put a link in a minute, but CFPs are open, and if you are eligible, which if the for people in the Kubernetes space, if you are a Kubernetes org member, you are eligible. Please go ahead and apply and submit your submissions. The two-phase CFP is, I think we have a deadline to submit the CFPs by 1st December 8th, and then there is another one. I don't recall the exact date for that. Maybe it's a week or 2 weeks after. The first deadline is for people who wants to submit and also needs travel assistance, and the second deadline is for people who don't need travel assistance and want to wait for their KubeCon uh, submission results and then decide accordingly. Let me put a link super quick. Maintainer Summit Europe. Okay, eligibility. CFPs. Okay, I've put a link here, and in the same page, if you scroll up and down, you will find out link for registering for the event as well as the eligibility criteria. So that's one thing. And the another thing I believe that Sriram you talked about, and I know other people are also involved in the threads. We are currently working on the program committee who will be helping us reviewing the submissions that will come as part of Maintainer Summit for Kubernetes track. So that's something ongoing. That's also in discussion with SIG ContribEx leads. Um, Mario is currently collating all the names that have all the names of the people who have shown up interest to volunteer, to lead, and in many capacities. So we are collating all that information, and then hopefully soon, I won't say by next week, but super soon we will have, definitely before the CFP deadline ends, finishes the first CFP deadline finishes, we will have uh, program committee uh, confirmed who will be helping us reviewing the submission. So that's another thing ongoing for Maintainer Summit EU. I know we have a lot of other questions coming in the SIG ContribEx channel, people having uh, uh, questions around eligibility criteria or questions around requesting space during um, maintainer summit to discuss roadmaps of Kubernetes sub projects. Like I know Gateway API folks are having a discussion around that. So there is more, not directed at the running of the Maintainer Summit, but more around the event itself. There are many questions in the SIG ContribEx channel as well. I will add an update about program committee for discussions, committee for, and I don't think I know about any other update than this. Sriram, Sandeep, Arvind, do you know about anything else that's ongoing with the Maintainer Summit EU discussions?
No, not really.
Okay, but thank you for bringing this up, Sriram. And the one which is the most recent one, or the most close to us right now, is the Maintainer Summit India, which is a for Aman. It's a colo at KubeCon India. So we have the KubeCon India event happening in exactly, I don't know how many days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. About 2 weeks, about 10, 11, 10, 12 days from now. Um, and we have a day zero event this time, which is Maintainer Summit. This is going to be the very first maintainer CNCF Maintainer Summit. Um, and there were a lot of adventures as part of um, preparing for this Maintenance Summit India event. It's going to be a smaller event. It's not going to be as huge as what we are expecting out of the Maintenance Summit EU, where we are definitely expecting a lot of submissions. But Maintenance Summit India was very good in many ways that uh, we piloted it here, and the the timelines and everything around the organization of this event taught us a lot of lessons, a lot of lessons, and which is what we are now using them as feedback points to improve the entire experience around Maintainer Summit EU, the CFP process, the registration process, the eligibility criteria, and benefits for people who will end up becoming a speakers. There is a lot of uh, improvements that have happened in last few months after we piloted Maintainer Summit India. So what's Maintainer Summit for org members this time? Aman, if you are a Kubernetes org member, you are eligible to participate in Maintainer Summit India. You were also eligible to submit, but the submission dates are now over. And it's not just for maintainers, maintainers of or org members of Kubernetes project. There's a whole lot of other projects as well. So I now remember that in your introduction you mentioned you are part of other CNCF projects. So please look for your eligibility criteria, or maybe if you have any doubts, just let us know and we can find it out for you. What would be the eligibility criteria? But let me find out a link super quick for the Maintainer Summit India event and the eligibility criteria. So registrations are still open, and I talked. Thank you, Arvind, and you linked the eligibility criteria in chat. So we have received as of now more than 50 registrations. It's more than that. 50 is just number. So I'm happy we have a small cozy event planned, but there are people interested, and that is the number we have as of now. Uh, we expect it to increase. So we are on it. There is a schedule out. Let me also link the schedule as well in chat and in the document. There are few unconference blog also open, uh, and we are discussing. We as in CNCF team and the program chair, me and Nabarun, we are discussing ideas, topics for them. We were waiting for another confirmation from CNCF. So just FYI, the venue or the location of KubeCon India is Delhi, and Delhi AQI index, the air quality index is not so good or was not so good in the last week. So there was alert and advisory around whether we even want to continue with conducting the event on the scheduled date, or do we want to postpone it or cancel it or something. um, we have more updates now from CNCF confirming that as of now they are on it. They are going to have the event on the scheduled dates, and that was, I think, we received this update yesterday, November 26th. Now, last night I was on another call with Bob and few other people, and Bob confirmed we might get another update as well from like the most final the go no go signal from CNCF again today by end of the day. But if we do not get anything by end of the day, that means it's a go per the update we received as of November 26 yesterday. So now that the main event, KubeCon India event, is on, uh, we are going to go back and follow up with CNCF events team for starting the discussion around filling or collecting topics for the unconference blocks. And any of you, if you have any ideas or if you want to discuss anything, uh, please feel free to feedback any topics to me and Nabarun or Bob or Jiffy. Um, we are going to send out or set up a discussions link or a GitHub discussions forum. But before we send out comms around that, or before that happens, if you still have ideas, if you are going to think about ideas, Nabarun and I are the people. Please let us know. We have 3 unconference block open, so anything from the Kubernetes community, anything, any project, any new ideas that you have for the Kubernetes community, um, any components that you want to discuss, get feedback on, anything from CNCF projects that you want to discuss, or uh, maybe outreach about with other maintainers who will be joining the summit, or any topic that you feel will be helpful in improving anything ongoing in both CNCF and Kubernetes space. uh, those could be very good topics for unconference blogs. So please, we have 3 unconference blogs, and if you come up with ideas, please let us know. So I will even add that here, and 3 unconference blogs for maintainer summit India. Um, if you have topics, ideas, please talk to. And registrations are still open. Okay, so that is all about Maintainer Summit India event. Um, we are still discussing now that we have more details about the actual the main KubeCon India event happening. We're going to follow up again on what's after the event, what's after the 4 p.m. schedule. Are we going to have some uh, at venue celebration for the people who ends up joining? That is something still an open item. Namarun and I are going to follow up and get back. Another thing, if you are um, a speaker for Maintainer Summit India, a speaker as or in one of the accepted proposals, and you do not have a ticket for the main event, please reach out to, again, the same people, me, Nabarun, Bob, and Jiffy. This is something that has come as an improvement for the Maintainer Summit EU event, and we can maybe do something about it in Maintainer Summit India. So the improvement is anybody who is going to be accepted as a speaker for Maintainer Summit events going forward, they will receive a complimentary ticket to the main event as well, and maybe travel funding or travel assistance, funding assistance as well. So that is something which is a great addition, great benefit to people who will be accepted as speakers from Indian Summit in general. So that's already implemented for EU, and very easily it can be now applied to Indian Summit India as well. So I know there is one person, or I think at least maybe 2 people who are on the schedule right now and who need help with tickets. Um, I'm going to follow up with them, but anyone else, if we are missing out, just reach out to me, Nabarun, Bob, Jiffy. Okay, that's the end of Maintainer Summit India updates from my side. Anyone has any questions, anything they want to ask, add? If not, let's move to the next sub project we have is mentoring. And I know there is not much happening right now. Sylvester was busy last week's, but he has an update from last call, I believe. He made some changes to the website under review, and basically he's catching up and getting back to it again. So we will hear back more updates from Sylvester on the group mentoring uh, initiative. But other than that, I don't have much more new to add for this call today. Um, and same for external mentoring programs. From my understanding, we are not currently participating in any external mentoring programs as of now, but we do participate in LF whenever LF mentorships uh, whenever the different cohorts opens up. So not something that's happening right now. Anyone wants to add anything to the mentoring sub project? No? And then we move to the contributor comms. And I think I'll pass the mic to Arvind. You have added all the updates. Do you want to quickly run us through them? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. The first one is regarding the social media posts for KubeCon India. So we did social media posts for KubeCon NA, and we sent that out to all the Kubernetes accounts on different social media platforms. So we want to do that for KubeCon India as well. So attached is the link for adding KubeCon posts. So if anyone would like to add a post, you can please feel free to add a post there. Whoever has the access to Buffer, which is our current scheduling social media scheduling platform, they can upload your posts onto Buffer for them to send out to the respective social medias. Uh, Another one is okay. Regarding the KubeCon posts, Mario was about to update the sheet to remove all the KubeCon NA context and add India context, and he said he'll do it this week. So, uh, like, look out for that if you want to add more posts for NA.
Yeah,
Um,
I think same was the update from Mario during the KubeCon NA week as well.
okay.
Can I just add one thing before we move to the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
next one?
yeah, sure.
Um, do we, or maybe ask a question? Do we have any posts? I did not open up the sheet just yet. Maybe I can do that. But do we have anything scheduled for Maintainer Summit as well? Or if we want to send out any updates or anything to our socials about Maintainer Summit India, uh, will you, Mario, and Sandeep be the right three people to reach out?
Uh, yes, I think we can add maintenance summit posts to all the Kubernetes contributor facing accounts, but I don't think I personally don't have the buffer approval access. I think Mario has it.
Mhm.
Uh, Maybe not Sandeep as well. I'm not sure, but I think Mario is the right person. Mario, Caslin, Krish, they have all the approval rights for buffer currently, so they'll be able to add
Okay.
the post on the buffer. But anyone can draft
Okay.
in
Okay.
the sheet.
Perfect.
So
Okay. So if we have to draft something or basically uh, request something, then this sheet is the place where we need to add our content, right?
yeah,
Okay, I
right.
will follow up with Mario and Caslin. Mario mentioned that during the KubeCon NA week, uh, he mentioned he'll be helping us out with the maintainer summit social media comms as well. So let me and Avarun come back with some updates, and then we can reach out to all the people that you mentioned. Okay, thank you for the update. Okay, I'll leave you to the next set of updates.
Yeah. Next one is regarding our accounts on Thread. So what Teslin and Krish were planning in the last meeting was that A lot of developers seems to be on thread as well. So we thought we would just reserve our KX and KX have handles on threads as well. And we are also planning to move from Buffer, our current scheduling platform, to Fedica. So once we have Fedica set up and in place, then we can start onboarding our threads account as well. So that was one update. And regarding Fedica, we are currently reaching out to them to uh, send us an estimated cost because we would need to use the Teams plan on Fedica. So just to see how much will have to pay. Uh, and another one was, yeah, Mario was showing the statistics for all our social media accounts since we acquired Kubernetes.io on Twitter and we started Kubernetes accounts on Blue Sky as well. And the statistics have been like literally crazy. The accounts have grown so much, uh, which is due to all the help everyone has been doing. So, yeah, just a quick shout out. Thank you to everyone for that.
Yeah, Mario showed the graphs, the behind the scene graphs of all these social media platforms, and we're like, we can have a talk about just talking about how much our social media have presence have grown for the Kubernetes project and how much work people are doing behind the scenes to make it happen. And now we have one more platform on board, Threads. So thank you. Just one thing, the Fedica stuff. Who are the people actually involved in the discussions with Fedica teams on the plans and quotations and similar discussions? Is it
I
Kathleen and Chris?
Yes, I think 90% them. I think Kesslin was not present in the last meeting. So, but Chris was saying he was involved with the Fedica stuff. So I'm sure Kesslin would be as well.
Okay, okay. So it's Kathleen, Chris, and maybe Mario as well. Okay, cool. Thank you, Arvind. Those are some things that even I'm the Fedica stuff is new to me as well. So thank you so much, and the threads as well. So thank you. Um, anyone has any questions? Anything they want to add to the contributor comms update? Anything you want to ask? Also, Sandeep confirmed in the chat he has access to post via buffer, but he does not have rights to approve. So we can still um, get some help from Sandeep to, to schedule posts, I believe. Yeah. Okay. If we don't have anything more on contributor comms and no questions as well, uh, quickly going through the next two sub project updates, or actually four sub project updates, because we do not have anything written down there. Contributor documentation. I just saw one update from the previous call. There is a big giant PR, and Mario was to put a link to that PR. I will follow up with Mario. Where is the link? But once there is a PR, and maybe we can use your help for review. So I'll bug Mario. I will list that off the call. But that's the only thing that I see in the contributor documentation. Other than that, no updates from that area. Same for moderation and media. I don't think any new activities ongoing there. Um, yeah. And then GitHub management. We have a few ongoing discussions, day-to-day requests around repo creation or operations, GitHub operations. But other than that, there is nothing community-wide thing going on. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't have much updates from GitHub management sub-project right now. There is a lot of activity going, but it's just all regular day-to-day stuff of uh, uh, K-org requests and uh, repo creations and stuff. And elections. So we concluded the elections in October, early October, and we had the retrospective meeting as well. After that, the only thing that's in election sub project is, and we have talked about it a lot in different platforms now, people need people, and which is Josh and the Kubernetes community needs help with improving the testing that we have for the electro software we use for conducting the election. So if you are good in Python, if you are good in Flask, um, and if you know how to write tests around these frameworks, and if you have the bandwidth and time to contribute, please reach out to Josh, and he needs help improving the testing around the Electro sub project. So that's the open item, critical item, a help wanted item in the election sub project. Technical one also, we do not usually have technical items in SIG ContribEx much. Uh, but this is a very good project and a very visible project as well. So definitely, if you are thinking of volunteering your time, please be aware it will be maybe multiple to at least more than 1 month project in one sitting, but it's going to be a very uh, visible project in the entire Kubernetes community. So great, great place to get started or contribute. And I will add that update. Anyone has any questions? I think we are at the end of our sub project updates now. And I have listed one item in the open mic discussions, but checking if anyone wants to add anything or ask anything about the sub projects updates we just covered. If not, I will quickly just um, add a link to the Electro GitHub page. I I'll find out. I can't find it out right now. Um, so moving on to the last item, open mic discussions. So this is one PSA, our ongoing activity around the Kubernetes project right now. So we are trying or steering, actually is trying steering, and this particular topic shepherded by Ben Elder. We are trying to update the SIG list, sigs.yaml list we have in our Kubernetes/community repo, to add emails of every maintainers that we have in the Kubernetes project. So this is a ask anyone who is watching the recording, and if you are a maintainer and if your email is not recorded in the sigs.yaml file in the Kubernetes/community GitHub repo, please create a PR and you can add Ben as approver. Yeah. So this is a call out, and I have pasted a link in the document for the original call out. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of our agenda, and which is actually much much more than what I believed when we started. So we had pretty good discussions around the event sub project um, and contributor comms. So again, checking if anyone wants to add anything. Thank you, Aman, for adding the link to the Electro sub project. Yes, that's the project, and let me add a link. Okay, somebody added that as well. So whoever added it, thank you to them as well. Checking again if anyone wants to talk about anything, any last minute updates on recording. No? Then I will conclude the recording for today. Thank you, everyone who joined on the call and helped contributed agenda items to the call and discussed. Thank you so much, and I'll stop the recording, and then we can discuss any items of recording.